Before I begin, let me tell you something very important. I failed so many times. I could start a museum of failure. If you think you are the only one facing rejection, disappointment, and heartbreak, relax. You're just joining a club that I may have accidentally started. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been rejected from a job? Okay. Now, have you ever been rejected from 30 jobs? Have you ever been the only person rejected out of 24 applicants to KFC? 24 people go to apply and only one person gets rejected. Yes, that person was me. That's when I knew I was special. Not special like a superhero. Special like, hey, this guy will be very successful one day, but only after everyone stops believing in him. But what made me keep going? 2 words, never give up. Let me tell you today, in a world full of noise, trends, and distractions, where everyone is busy comparing themselves to others on Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn, it is very easy to feel like a loser. But guess what? Even the most successful people you admire once looked like losers too. Let me take you back to when I was a young man in Hangzhou. I failed my university entrance exams twice. The 3rd time I passed, I applied to Harvard 10 times, rejected 10 times. You know, after the 5th rejection, I thought maybe they lost my application. So I applied again. But then I realized maybe Harvard is allergic to me. Most people would feel embarrassed, give up, and tell themselves, maybe I'm just not smart enough. But I told myself, maybe Harvard is just not smart enough to see what's coming. Listen, failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. It's like a baby learning to walk. A baby falls down 100 times. Do you ever hear a baby say, this walking thing is not for me? No! They fall, they cry, then they get up again. So why do we as adults forget how to fall with dignity? Everybody wants an easy life, but nothing great ever comes from easy. Let me tell you about when I started Alibaba. Do you know how many people believed in me? 5 people, and 2 of them were my cousins, and they only believed because I owed them money. I invited 17 of my friends to my house and told them about my big idea of starting an internet company. And do you know what they said? They said, "Yeah, Jack, that's a terrible idea." One guy said, "Jack, you know nothing about the internet." And he was right. I didn't even know how to use email properly. But I told them, yes, you're right. I don't know the internet, but I know one thing. China needs this, and I believe it will work, even if I don't know how it will work. If you're waiting to start until you're 100% ready, you will never start. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to have the courage to keep looking for them. Sometimes life gives you lemons, and everyone tells you to make lemonade. But what if you don't even have a cup? Use your hands. What if you don't have sugar? Drink it bitter. What if you have no water? Just bite the lemon and make a face. But don't throw the lemon away. It might be the beginning of something new. When I started Alibaba, people laughed, investors laughed, my friends laughed, my neighbors laughed, even the taxi driver laughed. They said, an internet company in China? Jack, this is America's thing, not for us. But I knew something. Success is not about proving people wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Let people laugh. They laughed at the Wright brothers when they said they would make humans fly. They laughed at Elon Musk when he said he would put a car into space. They laughed at me when I said I wanted to build an online marketplace in China. The only people who are never laughed at are people who never try anything big. Be glad if you're being laughed at. It means you're on the right track. Let me ask you a funny question. Have you ever seen someone who is really smart, super talented, but always broke? And then there's someone who is not that smart, not that talented, but somehow they succeed? You see, success is not always about talent. It's about persistence. When I started, I was not the smartest in the room. In fact, I was always the dumbest. But I had one thing many smart people don't have. I don't quit. Smart people often overthink. They wait for the perfect timing. They want everything to be just right. But sometimes In business and in life, the person who acts even without all the answers wins. Because they move, they learn, they grow, while the smart ones are still planning. Let me give you an example. A turtle and a rabbit are in a race. You think the rabbit wins, but the rabbit takes a nap. The turtle just keeps moving. Slowly, but never stopping. That turtle wins. Be the turtle. Just don't be the turtle watching Netflix all day. A lot of people say, Jack, I want to make money like you. And I say, that's the problem. Money is not a bad thing. But if money is your only goal, you will give up when it gets hard. Because chasing money is like chasing a chicken. If you run after it, it runs away. But if you plant some seeds and wait, the chicken might come to you. At Alibaba, we didn't focus on money first. We focused on value. Helping small businesses grow, helping customers trust online shopping, we focused on solving real problems. Money was a result, not the goal. So don't ask, how can I make money? Ask, how can I help someone? Money follows value, and value follows purpose. Let me tell you, business is hard, life is harder, people will doubt you, customers will complain, your team might leave, you might go broke, you will be stressed, tired, frustrated. And in those moments, your talent, your intelligence, your dreams, they are not enough. What keeps you going is your why. Why are you doing this? What makes you get up when you fall down? Your why must be bigger than your pain, bigger than your failure, bigger than your ego. For me, my why was simple. I wanted to prove that even a poor teacher from Hangzhou could build something world class. I wanted to help the little guys. I wanted to show that Chinese people could create global companies. Find your why. Hold it tight. It will carry you through the darkest storms. Let me tell you a secret. I didn't learn from Harvard or Stanford. I learned from ants. Yes, ants. Ants are small, but they never give up. If you block their path, they find another way. If it rains, they wait. If it's sunny, they work. They don't need a motiva. Be like the ants. Work together, stay humble, keep going. Channel video to wake up in the morning. They just do what needs to be done. And most importantly, never stop because something is hard. Everybody wants success now, today, this minute. But let me tell you, success is like farming, not hunting. You plant the seed, you water it, you wait, nothing happens. Your neighbor laughs and says, you're wasting your time. But you keep watering. One day, a little green thing pops up, and then something amazing grows. Don't dig up the seed because it's taking too long. Good things take time. Great things take longer. Play the long game. You are not competing with anyone. You are growing into the best version of you. I've lost money, I've lost people, I've lost deals, but I've never lost hope. Even if Alibaba had failed, I would have started again. Maybe with a hot dog cart, maybe selling umbrellas, but I would start again. Because losing everything is painful, but losing hope is fatal. No matter how far you fall, there is always a way back up. The comeback is always stronger than the setback. So, my friend, I want to leave you with this. Whatever you are dreaming of, whether it's starting a business, going back to school, writing a book, becoming an artist, helping your community, it's worth it. You're not too old. You're not too late. You're not too broke. You're not too unqualified. You're exactly where you need to be to begin. Let them laugh, let them doubt, let the doors close. You just keep knocking, keep learning, keep building. Because one day they will ask you, how did you do it? And you will smile and say, I never gave up. Thank you, my friends. Let's go change the world one failure at a time.